Revenge on Satan, and Hell's Angels' revenge on Satan is the U.S. Army in its entirety. The U.S. Army in its entirety. The U.S. Army in its. By the way, we're doing this for U.S. So we're giving out different hairstyles. The U.S. Army in its entirety is gonna zap Satan until that nigga zap back, and they're gonna give him a way to zap. They're gonna give him a way to zap, and they're gonna zap till he zap back. And then as soon as he zap back, they're gonna hit this nigga with a zop. We want to be very clear. Illuminati want to be very clear. The U.S. Army in its entirety, every U.S. soldier that's ever been a U.S. soldier, as far as they were, I mean, they thought they was saving the goddamn world. They thought they was protecting their goddamn country. So God said, yup, that's what they're doing. To the best of their knowledge, that's what they're doing. I mean, American soldiers are brain raped to think we will protect our country at all costs. So God said, you know what? You would make goddamn good soldiers in heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Army is heaven's army. The United States Army in its entirety. Every United States soldier becomes a soldier in God's army. Every United States soldier that has ever been a soldier goes to heaven and is a soldier in God's army. Just God says. They make it. I mean, they make a good army. Now, soldiers, we're gonna break you some bad news. You are not saving the world. You are not protecting American soldiers. Look at the United States Constitution, then look at the Code of Law. You were designed to protect the American people from the American government. The U.S. Army is designed to protect the American people from the American government. That's why you do not swear an oath to the government. You swear an oath to the United States Constitution, because the United States Constitution is not the government's friend. The United States Constitution is not the government's friend. The United States Constitution is not the government's friend. The United States Constitution is not the government's friend, and they shouldn't be fucking with it. The United States Constitution is not the government's friend. The United States Constitution is staring at the government like this. The United States Constitution is staring at the American government like this. If you want smoke, you will be the smoke. Yet again, we say the United States Constitution is staring. The U.S. Army was designed to stare at the government like this. If you want smoke, you will be the smoke. That is how it was designed, the way it was designed. That's why the U.S., yet again, ladies and gentlemen, those internment camps are in America. Because if y'all ever rebelled, Satan was going to try to get y'all to put Americans in those internment camps. Do some research. There are internment camps in America. Satan's plan was to get the U.S. Army. Tell the U.S. Army something. He wasn't quite sure. But tell the U.S. Army something. And get the U.S. Army to put the people that they sign up to protect. I mean, they sign up to protect the people of this nation. And Satan thought that he was going to somehow convince them it was in their best interest to put people in internment camps. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why American citizens are being, the American Army is being trolled. American Army, Satan is trolling you. Because you believe you are saving the world. No, you are taking over the world. American Army, you are taking over the world. American Army, you are taking over the world. That is what you do. That is why Uncle Sam has been at war. Every American soldiers, you were all brain raped by the power of the sun. But don't worry, you get the last laugh. That's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is the first will be last and the last first. When God said that, God meant that. The first will be last and the last first. Satan was first. This boy was cursed worse than, this boy was brain tortured by Satan. He will be first. He was the last and he will be first, just like Jesus. Just like Jesus. Jesus was the last. And Jesus is the first. And Jesus is going to exalt his boys. He will have super pleasure capabilities. He's going to be given the power of a god. He will not be a god, but he will be given the power of a mini god. And his superpowers will be to pleasure people, specifically his wives. And he will have the power to super pleasure. To pleasure with the power of a god. He will have the power to shoot love from his hand, like a Kamehameha. It will be a Kamehameha. It will be a Kamehameha. It will be a Kamehameha. Elsa Jean. These boys don't hit you with a Kamehameha. Elsa Jean. Will. Elsa Jean. Now, it would be wise to observe this whole message before you make this decision. But we want people in a position where they observe this whole message. They're like, whoa, it's just... In those days, they will not say no God, for they will all know God. That scripture will come to pass. And that is why we have the loose. That's why we have the loose Christians. It's designed to make Christians say, whoa, I need to investigate this.